Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Murovanka and it's under the command of Yo-Yo Giddy. Now we've got a double header here because she's actually featuring in the second replay. And this one is about to start. Okay, game on. Well, she's going to take it down the west side of the map. Usually a smart idea on this map. I've seen a few players try and go to the far east side, go down to the water, but the problem is that the tanks that are coming through the Magic Forest usually catch up with you if you happen to fire on them from there. So better to go to the west side and they have to fight over towards you to find you. Okay, she's managed to get into a firing position, but she was spotted by that EBR 105. So she's just holding here for a brief moment and then she's going to relocate. Now I suspect that the enemy Arty might actually try a blind shot on that position. So we'll keep an eye on that just to see. Well, no, they didn't try. But she did the right thing to move. If she'd stayed where she was, she stood a very good chance of being wiped out. First target, the Wizzy 120, was just spotted near the centre of the map. That EBR definitely on the looking for targets. Quite dangerous, those things. If they get into the enemy rear, they can wipe them out. And here comes that EBR again. She spotted a T62A over by the water tower, but he pulls back into cover and she doesn't fire because she's no clear target. Okay, there's the Wizzy 120. He's pulling back. She's trying to work out where he's going. Fires the round in. And didn't see where the tracer went. In fact, I didn't see a tracer at all. I think that might be a fault with this client. I'm not sure. Okay, she's going for the tortoise. It's quite a long reload, 35 seconds. She's marked the target, getting ready to shoot. This is back before they changed the client, so yes, you got down arrows when you were aiming at the target. That EBR's come back. He's only a short distance away. Oh, she's been spotted! And I saw that tree go down after the shell went out, and it looks like she hit the tree or knocked something over. There's that EBR. He's very low on hit points. And he's just been wiped out, so she's going to be safe from being attacked by that EBR for a while. Well, the enemy doesn't have any other EBRs in the game, but they do have a number of other tanks. Now aiming towards the Scorpion G. Lining him up. Just waiting for somebody to spot him though. Trouble is, there's not very many people looking in this direction. There's that tortoise again. Now he's getting a request for fire. I much prefer these crosshairs when you convert that into a down arrow. Everyone knows what you're aiming at. Rounds out. Ah, we got the tracer at last. Well, she knocked over the other tree now. In fact, they're saying that the Arty might be in grid square A2. Or rather, they're clicking on the map and saying Arty. Yes, so there is definitely Arty up this end of the map. So she's gone to overhead view. This is where if you press the V key like this, you'll see the tracer much more effectively when they fire. Just look for the tracer. Somebody in this general area, because somebody indicated they were hit from this direction. I always like it when players on your own team actually give you notification. I was hit from here, so you can do a counter battery on the enemy, try and take them out. Looking for it. It might be a long loading Arty. You have to scan the area with your eyes as effectively as you can. There's the tracer just behind the trees. Just a bit further over to the left. She fires in there. Didn't see the shell go in. I think he was just in that spot there, behind the trees. So it looks like that Arty player, that tank player, was correct. And there's the tortoise. Okay, he's still in the sniper's nest. Unfortunately, we've lost all the guys in the Magic Forest, and we're 3 tanks down on the enemy now. Yo-Yo Giddy's firing a blind shot in. And relocating. The Object 261's joined her already, which doesn't look good, to be honest. And yep, she knocked a tree down as she was moving. It looks like the enemy is closing us into this corner of the map. And whilst we're still keeping pace with the enemy tanks, we've lost a lot of territory. Okay, she's going for that Progetto, last seen down to the south. Unfortunately, when you don't have good spotters, it makes it very difficult to play Arty. Now, for them, as much as I actually hate EBR 105s, today I was in a battle, a tier 10 battle, and the EBR 105 was giving us absolutely brilliant spotting on the enemy, keeping them all lit up, at great risk to himself, and got a huge amount of spotting assists during that game he did. But he gave us the chance to smack the enemy as much as we could, so I was very busy all the time. And there's the shot from the Object 261, takes out the tortoise. So Yo-Yo Giddy gets the spotting assist, but we're still being boxed in, and we're 2 tanks down now. She's starting her reload. Another 13 seconds to go. About to come up those rise, I can see, yes, we're being compressed into this west edge of the map. This is not looking good, I'm afraid. When this normally happens, the end is nigh, as those billboards say. Oh, it shot past the E75, but she wasn't spotted. Normally when you do that and somebody pops up on the ridgeline, they see you and they blast you out of existence shortly afterwards. Well, we're still 2 tanks down, but another couple of tanks have gone, or another pair from both sides. That Progetto's taking a hammering, but he's still alive. And now we're 3 tanks down on the enemy, so it's not looking good. Okay, down towards the south, we've got a Panzer 58 Mutz, and our T55A is trying to fend him off. Yo-Yo Giddy trying to line him up, fires some round in. Oh, she got a kill. She took out the Mutz. But look to your left. Yep, you've got an E75 bearing down on you, and he can see you, which means obviously the enemy Arty's seeing you. And now it's only a matter of time. She's trying to fend him off. It's the only Arty with gun depression, but I'm afraid, yeah, not a lot you can do. Still in reload, and that was the end of the game. Oh dear. And now she gets mauled as a wreck and used as a piece of armour, whilst the E75 TS takes on the enemy, or takes on our teammates. Only 2 left, the IS-3, and down to the south the T55A, but he's just been hit by Arty. Well, it's now 2 versus 4, and it looks to me like he's trying to get away to try and get as far north as he can, but he's being hit by Arty repeatedly, and he can't use his first aid kit because I'm afraid it's obviously in cooldown. And here's the IS-3. He's lost sight of that guy towards the south, so he has to go north. Yep, unfortunately he's been spotted again. And he's being hit by the Progetto, and there's the kill shot. So, game over. Yep, I'm afraid that one was a loss. But let's have a look in the next replay and see how she gets on in that one. And here is the second replay. And you can see Yo-Yo Giddy's still on the M53, M55, and she's on the north spawn of Lakeville. Game underway. That was rather disappointing to get that loss, but there was not a lot she could do actually, because her teammates lost the Magic Forest, and after that they just rolled through until they can compress everybody into that west side of the map, and that happens so often. Oh, she knocked a tree over there. Let's hope that doesn't become crucial. Okay, surveying good firing position. She's got one teammate in a batch at 155.58, and she's aiming down the valley. She's loaded, ready to go. That standard B is probably going to get a spot any second. And he has. He's found an A phase 1. Rounds out. Now, Yo-Yo Giddy did exactly what I would do, is aim directly at the base of the vehicle. Because if the shell overshoots, it'll go straight into the face of the vehicle. And if it doesn't, it will splash in front of them for a lot of damage. I know a lot of people will say, oh, aim for the centre mass of the target, but then you get very disappointed if the shell actually overshoots and you don't get any hit at all. Also, if you aim at the tracks of the vehicle or down at the base, there's a good chance if you disable them, then your teammates are going to get stun assist, and that can also help in terms of bumping up your XP. Okay, Centurion 7-1 in the town. She fires a snapshot in, and it's not bad actually. 250 hit points. It's a near miss. A splash hit. He's had to burn his first aid kit to get rid of his stun, but he's still taking damage. This is actually quite a good position in terms of being able to help your teammates in the town. Of course, normally your option is either to help them in the valley or help them in the town. And of course, if you help them in the town, you need to go further along the A road to actually get the shot. Oh, that was better! 298 hit this time. That Centurion 7-1 is probably getting very, very annoyed. Oh, and he's out the game now. Well, it's a tier 9 battle with only tier 9 tanks in it, and well, we're keeping pace with the enemy at the moment, 3 tanks apiece, so let's see how this develops. Now that spire can be a bit of a problem, certainly on the sightlines, if you're trying to look at enemy tanks going down some of the avenues. Difficult to hit where that Centurion 7-1 is now, or the T10. Yo-Yo Giddy's switch back to the valley. Her teammate in the batch at 155.55 has been working on these guys, and they're pushing the wreck of the A phase 1 out of the way so that the Type 4 Heavy can get to grips with the standard B. Oh, that was a good one. Direct hit on the Object 257. Our E50 is angling for a shot as well. Of course, the A phase 1 is acting as extra armour. He shot his bolt so the standard B can get ready. You see he's trying to wag his gun around to try and deflect any shots that come in. Not to give the guy a clear shot, but he's getting shots into that cupola because he's stationary.
That was close.
And Yo-Yo Giddy gets another splash on the 257. You notice how she does this. She goes up and hugs the rock while she's reloading. And the main reason for doing that, of course, is if the enemy was counter-batterying, they'd fire behind her. Now, I don't normally advocate going back to the same spot again to shoot, because if you do, if the enemy is just firing because they saw the tracer there, they might fire another round in the moment that they see your tracer pull out of that position. She fires one in and it hits the Rex. Or she gets this stun on the Type 4. And she's not relocating on this shot. You can see that V hull on the 257. That's also a good way of deflecting any mine damage that the vehicle might take, because a V hull will force the blast damage to go out sideways instead of actually up through the tank. So it was actually a smart move to design a tank with that sort of hull. Oh, that was much better. Looked like it hit the top of the 257 and it stunned the Type 4 at the same time. Those can't be happy players at the moment. They've both got about the same amount of hit points. 520, 503, 522 and 533. And they're both pushing Rex forward ahead of them to act as cover. But surely they must realise if you keep doing that, you're just inviting an Arty round to hit you. And they're stationary. Yo-Yo Giddy fires around in. Oh my god, she got a bombardier! She took out both of them with a splash! In fact, I think she hit the 257 and splashed the Type 4. And that's changed the battle because now they're 3 tanks ahead of the enemy. Fantastic shot. Really makes a big difference. No, she's not doing a victory lap, but she might as well be. She's changing position because she needs to get a better shot on the enemy. And from the position she was in, she was having difficulty. But she's still having a bit of difficulty trying to get the shell over those wrecks. Even though she caused 2 of them. In fact, she's now trying to aim for that T-54. And she fires the round in, but it doesn't do anything, I'm afraid. She's going to go even further east. Or is it further west on the map, that is. To try and angle a shot in. The enemy Arty's been spotted. He's killed. The kill for that one goes to the Jagdtiger. There's their T-54 lightweight. They still have one more Arty. That's a GW Tiger. He's a very immobile Arty because he's very big based on the Tiger 2. She can't get a shot on that T-54. But he's going to have a bit of difficulty getting past the Jagdtiger to get at Yo-Yo Giddy. Okay, she's lining it up so that she can get a shot on the T-54 lightweight. And of course the guys behind them. Work it out, work it out. This looks good, this looks good. Yes! Oh, but she was spotted. But she smacked that guy in the face with a round. He won't be happy about that, but there's not a lot he can do because he went straight back to the garage. So she's changing position again just in case the GW Tiger's about to attack. The enemy's got more to worry about at the moment though because their cap's about to be overrun. And so she's not really going to be counter-battery because that enemy Arty, the GW Tiger, he's probably at this moment trying to defend himself. She fires a round in, hoping to get the T-54 lightweight. No, he'd moved position. $2.5k of damage so far from Yo-Yo Giddy. She's having a much better battle in this one than she did in the last one. And there's the GW. He's been spotted, but she can't get at him because that rock is in the way. T-54 lightweight still on that corner, but he keeps going round to that wreck. Oh, and that's better. She splashed him that time for 182. And there goes the Conway, which means there's only a T-54 lightweight. The GW Tiger's been killed. There's only the T-54 lightweight to go. She's halfway through the load cycle. I doubt if she's going to get another shot on this guy because they're obviously going to dive on him the moment they can. She's marked the ground to say mine. You can hear the sounds already. Mine, 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 mine. Can she get the shell? No. I'm afraid not on this occasion. Okay, so a much better result there for Yo-Yo Giddy in the M53, M55. Let's have a look at the end of battle results for the first one, and then we'll have a look at the results for this game. Well, in the first game, even though it was a defeat, she got a third class mastery badge, surprisingly, and she got one of those New Horizons badges for completing the anniversary mission during the 10th anniversary event. She got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 6 on this occasion. And surprisingly, she got a gauze medal in that game. Even though she didn't fire that many rounds, she certainly did a lot of damage. And you'll see why in a second. Her win rate from the battle was 3,638. Well, we do know that she killed the Panzer 58 Mutts and got him with a nice little shot. She did hit the Conqueror gun carriage up at the other end, and some big hits as well, 506 hit points. So she nearly wiped him out. I think both Artys were actually hiding in those bushes, and the shell actually landed right next door to the Conqueror gun carriage and did a lot. But the biggest win, of course, in that game was a surprising one, the Wizzy 120. She saw that guy disappearing, she was predicting where he was going to go, and she got a penetrating shot on him for 1,207 hit points. So that guy was really smarting after that one, because that's a huge hit. And of course she took 1,669 hit points off the Tortoise, and she hit him 4 times as well. So again, another player who was really getting victimized. If we look at the team score, we can see that Yo-Yo Giddy got the second highest score on her team and the third highest score overall on damage. The T55A on her team got 4,582 hit points, picked up the high caliber and a Confederate. And the next high score was Progetto 65, got 4,072, and Yo-Yo Giddy got 3,698, and of course picked up that gauze medal. The Object 261 got a Confederate as well in that game. Fifth highest damage after all, just after that Object 430. When it came to kills though, it was the Progetto 65 did the best with 4 kills, 3 kills to the Object 430, and then 2 kills to the T55A, IS-3 and Conqueror gun carriage. I'm afraid Yo-Yo Giddy only got the 1 kill, that Panzer 58 Mutts. And when it came to base XP, it was the enemy team that did the best with 953 base for the Object 430, 952 to the Panzer 58 Mutts, and 895 to the E75 TS, the tank that killed her. And she only got 469, I'm afraid, because she was on the losing team. She fired only 8 shots in that entire game to pick up such a huge amount of damage. 3 direct hits, 1 penetration and 6 splash. Damage of 3,698 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. She received 2 hits, both were penetrations, and that finished her off. She did get some stun assists, 386 hit points off 6 stuns as well. On a premium count, she actually earned 18,710 credits. She got the Courageous Resistance Award because she got an epic medal in that game. And she also picked up 5 bonds, and because it was a tier 10 game, and 1,122 experience points from that battle. So it was sad that it was a loss, but she certainly earned her medal, her gauze medal. She did a huge amount of damage to the enemy. Off very few shots as well. If we look at the second battle, and well, yes, second class tanker, better than the last one, and this time round she got the Bombardier as well, and that was a big surprise because when she fired at them, they both had about 500 hit points left, but she must have hit them just at the right spot, the sweet spot, because she took both of them out with 1 round. And she also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one she got 10. Her win rate in this one was 3,168. Now if you remember correctly, the other one 3,638, so that's the losing one, and she did a higher win rate than on this one, but this was a winning game, and of course she got that Bombardier. If we look at the team score, we can see that this time round she didn't get as much damage as in the previous game. The high scorer was the Standard B with 2,788 hit points, followed by the Object 430 with 2,681, and she got the third highest damage with 2,633. When it came to kills though, she had the joint top spot with the IS-3 too. Both had 3 kills each. 2 kills for the Standard B, the 430, the Malchen, and the enemy Type 4 heavy. And when it came to base XP, it was the standard B because he was doing all the spotting. That's what was earning him the extra XP. Well, that's why he was higher. 963 went to the IS-32 and 884 went to Yo-Yo Giddy from the stun assist that she was getting as well. She fired 12 rounds in this time, so 4 more shots, but less damage overall. Well, I think she had better shots in the first game, even though we didn't really feel it at the time. They were better shots because they were actually penetrating shots. 4 direct hits on this one, but no penetrations. 15 splash, damage of 2,633 hit points, of which 2295 were at more than 300 meters. The difference being that it was the shot, the tank that actually came over the rise, that was at 254. She smacked him in the face at close range, actually, below 300 meters. She earned 579 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns in this one. And on the credits side, she actually earned a mission completion award, so she actually took away 95,173 credits. But if you take off the 80,000, she actually took away 15,173 for the game. She got 20 bonds in this game. And she also picked up 2,652 experience points overall. So fantastic games from Yo-Yo Giddy. It's a pity the first one was a loss, but I think that was down to the fact that her team weren't doing a very good job of pinning, of keeping the enemy away. And the ones that went out to the Magic Forest died, allowed the enemy team to just sort of like compress them into the west side, and eventually they were going to get taken out. Plus, of course, that EBR 105 was very, very good at finding out where Yo-Yo Giddy was located. Twice he found her. Twice she had to move position immediately, but thank goodness somebody put her out the game, because otherwise she would have had to have kept moving about in between shots, and that would have reduced her effectiveness. But a lovely shot, on a pearl of a shot on the Lakeville game to take out 2 tanks with 1 round. Always funny watching that happen, because you see 2 tanks disappear just like that. It just changes the game, and the moment she took those 2, everyone knew this is it, we're going to win this one, because at that moment 3 tanks up on the enemy, they were starting to feel the pressure, and it worked beautifully. So I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.